And let's stay in Parliament because we're told that aside the Interior Minister, the IGP has also appeared before the Public Accounts Committee.
Suppliers and service providers, have you complied with this recommendation?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, the matter is that the funds were under the World Bank project, and the funds and its associated expenditures do not attract withholding taxes. And we engaged the auditors, and they realized that they themselves also prompted us with a letter communication to the effect that we were right. So it has been reconciled. I thank you.
Auditors, can you confirm that in your subsequent discussion with them, you agree that that payment shouldn't attract any tax?
Honorable Chair, I think that reconciliation has been done and accepted. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. I'm done.
Thank you, Honorable. Let's go to paragraph 630. Honorable Kinster.
Thank you, Chairman. Unaccounted exhibit. This is the Ghana Police Service, TAQUA. It was recovered that the divisional CID in TAQUA retrieved an amount of $8,100 as exhibit, and CFA 40,000 also as exhibit from a suspect in 2016 in the case of the Republic versus Nana Akakbo and 3 others. And it wasn't available for audit verification. And the recommendation was that the divisional CID in charge immediately produce the exhibit. Has it been done?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, the background to this case is the fact that during the routine checks, the police team at that jurisdiction came into contact with 4 people in a vehicle, and the check led to the discovery of foreign currencies, some dominated in dollars, others dominated in CFA francs. And when they analyzed it instantly, with their instinct, they thought that there was something wrong with the currencies. It couldn't be genuine. So they picked them up and took them through the process of investigations. And as a result, those values, the US dollars and the CFA funds, were sent to the CID headquarters. And the right people to take a second look at the document, at the money, to indicate whether it's genuine or not, are the countries where these currencies are used. So the US dollars were sent through the US Embassy to the authorities in America to help us out. And we followed up as at July last year with a report asking them to give us information on it. And since then, nothing has come. And we followed up even this morning again with a phone call from Interpol, pleading with them that it is going to be a subject of discussion at the Public Accounts Committee. And they have assured us that they will get back to us on that matter. That is for the US dollars. Honorable Chair, on the issue of the CFA funds, the matter was that initially the arresting officers in their initial count realized that it was 40,000 CFA francs. But in the course of the investigation, that was what was documented initially for the auditors to be privy to. But the police on their own, in the course of the investigation, realized that it was more than the 40,000. It was 190,000. So that 190,000 was brought from TAQUA to the CID headquarters, and through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it was sent to Cote d'Ivoire, the authorities, for them to authenticate it for us as to its genuineness or otherwise. And that was done, and the results with the accompanying appendix indicate that they were all faked. And this, when there was returned, it was sent back to the team at Takwa from the CID headquarters. Honorable Chair, there has been confusion as to who actually received it and the whereabouts of the money. And when it came to our attention, we have looked at the matter and identified 3 police officers who are involved in the matter. Unfortunately, one of them has resigned from the service, and we are making an effort to look for him and for him to be held accountable. The other 2, one of them is still within the Western region, Takwa Enclave, and the other one in the Ahafo region. All have been interdicted, and the matter has been referred to the Police Professional Standard Bureau to conduct investigation and for us to know the whereabouts of the fake 190,000 CFA franc, and anybody found culpable there was in accordance with law. So, Honorable Chair, that's where we are on the matter. I thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. At least something has been done. People have been interdicted. But then I'm asking, the US dollars, this has been since 2016.
Honorable Chair, I think you are, not that I think, I'm sorry, you are right. And I'm equally embarrassed by that because I think that some of these matters, we shouldn't allow them to be lingering on for that long. So we'll keep engaging the authorities for them to give us the feedback. And we also have working with my colleagues to find out even the status of the rare case in terms of its prosecution to ensure that we bring closure to the matter. So we can assure you that we will learn the relevant lessons. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Auditors, the recommendation was for the divisional CID in charge to be immediately produce a exhibit for inspection and failure, but he has given explanation, so I don't know whether there's anything else to say. Thank you.
I think all the explanation has been given to the IGP. Thank you.
Chairman.
Thank you very much. Paragraph. Yes, Honorable Ajay Boateng.
Chairman, I don't know. I'm wondering, or I'm trying to seek some form of explanation. In this country, if people talk about fake currencies, what is the... We don't have a mechanism to determine whether this currency is fake or not. Our only recourse is to go to the embassies. Is it a practice?
Honorable Chair, the issue has always been that there's always opportunity for a second opinion to be double sure what you are doing, because at the end of the day, a mother knows the taste of a baby, so to speak. So if you happen to have access to the baby and the baby is crying beyond what you can contain, and you want to make sure that at the end of the day the baby stops crying, probably get a confirmation from the mother as to what else you could do to be very sure that you are able to keep it. And that's the methodology we use in trying to make sure that we don't just go to court and embarrass ourselves, because a defense counsel will come to you. So you are not the issuing authority. On what basis did you determine that is a fake currency? We may do that, and then we get a confirmation for the issuing authority so that we prove our case beyond reasonable doubt. I thank you.
Honorable Isaac Opokum, paragraph 632.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, paragraph 632, unaccounted fuel. Between January 2019 and June 2020, Asenkregwa Division, Ghana Police Service, was given an allocation, a fuel allocation of 90,000. And per the logbook, only 8,155.57 worth of fuel is accounted for. The difference of 81,844.43 is not accounted for. First of all, let me find out whether the difference has been accounted for now.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We were guided by the recommendations of my seniors, the auditors, to the effect that we should see to it that going forward, this will not happen again, which we have done, and making sure also across the country so that we don't leave any stone unturned. So that was what we were guided. But we knew that it is also important that even though the auditors did not specifically ask us to look into the matter, we felt that it is just unacceptable, that it's not even 10% that could not be accounted for, but as much as at 90%. So what we have done is here again refer the case to the Police Professional Standard Bureau to find out what it is that we can be issued with fuel. You go to the station, fuel station, you pick the fuel, you have a logbook to enter the fuel and the quantity and the mileage, and you don't do that and you keep going there and taking it. It means there is something amiss. So we have asked the PPSB to look into it. Unfortunately, we must concede that instruction to the PPSB is just recent, and we thought that if this matter, we have taken a critical look at it, it will have been probably done by now. But now that we are looking into it, even though the auditors did not specifically ask us to, because we think that we need to use it to serve as a lesson for all of us in the service, that you cannot just take government resources and don't account for it. We also understand that at times when under pressures of operations, you just rise there, you take the fuel, and in the midst of the emergency, you are not sure what to do. But we cannot be a situation where almost 90% of the time, because we don't do operations virtually, such emergency operations every day. So, Honorable Chair, the sum total is that we are now looking into it to find out what actually happened. And that is being done by the Professional Standard Bureau of the police service. But the most important thing is that the auditors recommended that we should see to it that it doesn't happen again, and we are putting measures to ensure that it doesn't happen again. I thank you very much, sir.
Chairman, I won't ask. Auditors, are you able to confirm whether the recommendations have been carried out?
Honorable Chair, issues have been put in place to curtail those unaccounted fuel. Thank you.
Gentlemen, we are good to go.
All right, thank you. Let's now move on to paragraph 638. That is payments of unearned salary, 40,998 to about 3 officers. This one for Immigration Service, Tema. One Anani Frank, Deputy Superintendent, received 30,000. Alija Jeffrey received 8,005. Biwin Janet Ntibi 2,360, totaling 40,997.8. Now the auditors have recommended that the commander should immediately recover the unearned salary from the 3 staff, failure of which the amount should be recovered from the commander and the validators. I want to find out from the Ghana Immigration Service if the recovery has been made.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Yes, Honorable Chair, the unearned salaries were certainly brought to our attention and action was taken. In the case of Frank Anani, that was a voluntary retirement in October 2019. And in January 2022, the amount was deducted from his pensionable emoluments and duly recovered and paid. In the case of Jeffrey Alija, I think there was a mistake in his pensionable date. It had been captured that he should have retired in May 2029, but it actually was July 2019. So that mistake was rectified, brought to attention of the auditors, and the mistake rectified. So then it indicated that there was no issue of unearned salaries. So that matter has also been closed. Honorable Chair, in the case of Janet Intibi, she went AWOL, and again, there was a case of 1 month unearned salary. Upon persistent chasing up of the relatives, the amount of 2,360 was recovered and also paid. So, Honorable Chair, all those amounts have been duly accounted for. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Auditors, can you confirm this for me?
Honorable Chair, the said document has been given to us and we have confirmed. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move to paragraph 640, ranking.
The auditors noted that Ghana Immigration Service, Konongo, that the district commander, ASI Techi Mensah Abrampa, authorized and made payments amounting to 5,814 cedis for office stationery, contract charges, electricity, and without raising payment vouchers to support the payments. The auditors recommend that the amount should be recovered from District Commander ASI Techi Mensah Abrampa and the accountant.
Honorable Chair, that's true. That again was brought to the attention of the service. A team of auditors was sent to Konogo to investigate the matter and take evidence as to what had occurred. The records were made available. Yes, he had certainly made those expenditures. He had receipts, and all these things were recalled, and the necessary reconciliations made. He was then advised to raise the necessary payment vouchers to support those payments. I think that we submitted these documentations to the auditors. Subsequent to that, having seen the infraction, this was a new officer who had been posted to the area. So we've taken the measures of that we took him through petty cash payment management, and also extended that to some of the other regions to forestall any future occurrence. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Auditors, are you satisfied that the document that was submitted later?
Honorable Chair, we are satisfied with those documents submitted to us. Thank you.
Okay, let me recommend that you train your officers in these matters, administration and management, before you give them the post. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Very well noted. Thank you.
Thank you very much, please. Now let's go to paragraph 643, and it's Ghana National Fire Service. You have 6 people that payments were made for payments were made that they didn't deserve, 42,054 Ghana cedis. What is the status of this amount?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. For Ghana National Fire Service, and you now 38,685.95. This was paid to some personnel. The amount was duly earned by the officers named in the Auditor General's report for 2020. The officers concerned were drawn from other fire stations to operationalize the then Bonsu fire post into full functioning fire station in 2019 as a strategic support for the Suhum and Yinam fire stations. At the time of the audit exercise, Bonsu Fire Station had no management unit, so all personnel transferred from other district fire stations remained on their old management units, hence the lapse. Evidence of their positions have been duly attached as Appendix B, which we have submitted to the auditors. And now Bonsu Fire Station has its own management unit, and all personnel have been duly transferred onto its management unit.
So you have the fire service taking a stand at the Public Accounts Committee, and earlier the IGP Akufo Dampari was also before the committee answering questions pertaining to spendings by his units across the country, some unaccounted for, and which he apologized and said that going forward they'll make sure that they do the right thing. Let's take a break on JoyNews Today. When we return, we'll bring you business.